Hello there, this is the Shadow Ranger, and this is my review of NWA Championship Wrestling from Hollywood for February 4th, 2011. We start off with a tag team match, Lucha Machine and Ray Rosas. I can't roll my R's. No, sorry, I can't do it. Lucha Machine and Ray Rosas versus Todd Chandler and Brandon Parker. The commentators again referred to them as Young Hollywood, so I'm going with that as their tag team name until I hear something different. So, Lucha Machine and Ray Rosas versus Young Hollywood. I like that name too. I hope they do go with that as a team name. As always, as they've been in their previous matches, Young Hollywood just continues to entertain me. You know, I really like seeing these two wrestle. Again, my only complaint is that they look like two jobbers. Maybe they need some sort of better gear, something that makes them kind of stand out. Maybe some kind of gimmick to go with them. Roses and Lucha Machine were also okay, but keep in mind this was their first time teaming together. So I don't really have a whole lot to say about them as a team, but I did enjoy the match. So here are a few highlights.
The rest of the match, the Lucha Machine has told him he wants him to finish him. See if you can listen.
Tag, I believe, was made to Brandon Parker, who comes off the top. Oh! Beautiful missile drop kick, trying to dismantle the Lucha Machine. Oh, hold on here. Little game of human ping pong going on, back and forth. Where he stops, only Chandler and Parker now.
This is not fair.
Wow, double strike, elevated him. Now Chandler's got him up. What's he gonna do with him?
Wait a minute. He's all tied up in the ropes. Ray Rosas says something else. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! The king of the strikes, living up to the name there. Count to a million. Chandler with that double.
Young Hollywood gets the win. They remain undefeated. You know, and I gotta ask, you know, Young Hollywood undefeated. So how come I'm not hearing their names in the talk about the Heritage Tag Team titles? I mean, an undefeated team should be at least considered a top contender. I mean, I don't know how long they've been around, but you know, they've been on the show fairly regularly since I started watching it. You know, and there was like that open challenge by Natural Selection a couple weeks ago, and they didn't answer it. So that's kind of odd. They're an undefeated tag team, yet when in the talk about the tag team titles, I've yet to hear them mentioned recently. You'd think they'd be up there. I think, Young Hollywood versus Natural Selection would be a pretty good match. I'd like to see that. I hope they do that match soon. Ray Rosas isn't happy about the loss. Check out what he does.
Them team up, perhaps it's the last. Oh! You know, and we saw him attack Famous B at the end of their incredible matchup. Now much of the same era against Lucha Machine. This Rosas really has a terrible attitude.
Terrible attitude, but an awesome punt.
Saying he didn't lose. Well, guess what? Yes, you did.
After seeing that attack, I was a little disappointed because it seems like this is the second time they've done this. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be like part of his new thing, like be the sore loser. Because after he lost to Famous B and attacked Famous B, I was hoping that was gonna start some program between those two, because they had a really great match, and I wanted to see a rematch between them. Instead, it seems like this is gonna be something Ray Rosas does every time he loses. So eventually it's gonna lead to some type of feud, because somebody's gonna start fighting back. So you know, let's wait and see who that is, and I'll talk about it when it happens. Next up, we have a promo with Rock superstar Joey Chaos talking about his match against Willie Mack next week.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Resnick standing here backstage with Joey Chaos. And you know, Chaos, you and Peter Avalon just a few weeks ago came up on the losing end in that big Texas Tornado match against Willie Mack and Joey Ryan. But next week, you got Willie Mack in singles action. The ball's in your court. What are you going to do with it?
You know what? You know what, Resnick? What do you care what I'm going to do to avenge my loss? You know what, Willie Mack? You made the biggest mistake of your career. You already signed your name at the dotted line. Now I got you one-on-one. I got you right where I want you. And you know what, Resnick? I don't need you asking me any stupid questions like that. I don't know who you're working for. Who do you think you are, huh? I don't need to worry about you, because I'm going to save everything I got for you, Willie Mack. You're going to step in that ring. You made your biggest mistake. Because come hell or high water, chaos is going to reign supreme. When it's all said and done, when the smoke's cleared, you're going to be laying on your back advertising the fact that you just got chaos-trified. What do you got to say about that?
All right, there you go. Joey Chaos. Strong words, but Chaos's partner, Peter Avalon, will be in action coming up next.
After that, we have the biggest man in professional wrestling, Pretty Peter Avalon, versus Andrew Hellman. Still not that big on Hellman, but at least it ain't Manimal. God, really Manimal. Anyway, I want to see more of Hellman, so I can give like a really more of analysis on him, but I've only seen him a couple times and I'm not really into him. Again, I could do without that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I will say Peter Avalon did have a funny moment at the beginning of the match.
He has impressed me over the last couple months. He does things that a guy his size shouldn't be able to do, like those push-ups. Obviously a P90X user.
I would think the biggest man in professional wrestling would be able to get a couple more reps than that.
I like Peter Avalon. He has his wimp heel stick down pretty good. He pretty much got his butt kicked through the entire match, and he only really won due to interference. Let's check out that interference.
Look at this. Here comes Cedric the Hitman.
Oh, here comes Mr. Opportunity, and Opportunity, you got to think, is about to be knocking.
He's got a new briefcase. He'd like to introduce it to Andrew Hellman.
Oh, right into those injured ribs. That metal briefcase, give me a break. Well, these guys, what a vendetta.
Well, guess what? It looks like the Standard's about to get one here.
The official didn't see any of that. He got crushed in the corner there, up against the metal.
That's it. Come on, ref.
Drives him down face first. Referee now into position. Here's the cover. Wow. Victory there. Not without some controversy. For somebody that is a hired gun, the Hitman, who's all about doing business for money, well, he sure loves cheap shots, doesn't he?
Whatever pays the bills, Todd Kenley.
Hunt of the Night brought to you by SafeFans.com, where you get your NWA Hollywood tickets right now. Uh-oh, Cedric putting the boots.
Right, what is it going to take for this war to come to an end, James?
Andrew Hellman needs to go home.
Look out.
Wait a minute!
Here comes Famous B. These two met, Famous B and Cedric, in recent weeks. It was Hellman that came to his aid, and now Famous B returns the favor.
Showing disrespect to the briefcase. You never know what's in there. It might explode.
So I'm wondering where they're going to go with this. Maybe we'll get Cedric the Hitman versus Famous B again. They're probably going to do Cedric the Hitman versus Andrew Hellman one more time, since they have been progressing a storyline there. Now that I think about it, when I first started watching, they were doing something with Willie Mack and Claudio Castagnoli. I wonder if they're going to pick that up down the road. Let's see. Next up, we had a women's tag match. We had the team of Lucky O'Shea with her little brother Mikey, and Tab Jackson, someone else I'm seeing for the first time, Tab Jackson, and they went up against the team of Buggy and Thunder Kitty. Something that stuck out in my mind during this match Buggy and Tab Jackson look like they should be a team. I don't know. I actually had a little trouble telling them apart in this match. Maybe it's just the way Tab was dressed in this particular match. Maybe she wears other things other times, but watching the match, I'm thinking, I think if like somebody who wasn't familiar watched this show, or somebody who came by passing by and just saw it on TV, they would think Buggy and Tab were a tag team. Also, the commentators, the Thunder Key jokes got old pretty quickly. Cut that out. Got to see Buggy third week in a row. I like seeing Buggy. I'd also like to see more Tab Jackson. I like that name too, Tab Jackson. It's weird. I just never heard of anybody with the name Tab, but I like it. Next up, we get a promo from Joey Ryan.
You know, I've known Adam Pearce for probably about 10 years, or maybe close to 10 years, and never ceases to amaze me just how low he'll stoop, what new depths he'll stoop to get what he wants, to retain championships. But I got to hand it to him. You know, it never ceases to amaze me the new ways, the new creative ways he thinks of to get the job done. And you know, the one he pulled with Aries on me is that's a new low, but it's a new high in his mind. I know how his mind works. Austin Aries, you think you're getting what you want with Adam. I've been there. I've been his right-hand man. He's using you, and you'll figure it out soon enough. But Aries, until that happens, you've got to deal with Scorpio Sky. Next week, we have a battle royal for the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Adam Pearce, rest assured, I will get another shot at the title. And this time, there will be no wool pulled over anybody's eyes. I'm going to be ready, more ready than I was before. And rest assured, Adam, this time, I'm taking your championship.
Yeah, I kind of like Joey Ryan, the way he was dressed, just in normal clothing. You know, my thing with Joey is that I always felt like his gimmick didn't fit what he did. Like, he doesn't feel like a baby face. He feels like a heel pretending to be a baby face. But we're seeing him just in normal clothes, without the scarf and the big glasses and his chest all greased up, he looked like a normal dude, and he actually kind of felt like a baby face talking in this. You know, I'd rather see that side of him a little bit more instead of the whole Hollywood's own thing. Maybe he could be Hollywood when he goes heel again. Next up, we have David Marquez interviewing Colt Cabana. Colt talks about Adam Pearce and the pile driver through the table that he took a few weeks back. He updated us on his health. He says the doctor told him he's going to be out of action for a few months. The interview was pretty long, so I'm not going to show it all, but there was one part of it that really stood out to me that I thought really worked. It, like, you know, without sounding sounding corny, I can say it touched me. Like it really touched me. It was a part that I really liked, so I'm just going to show you that part. Check it out.
I don't know, you know, so many doctors have told me so many things. You know, so many people have told me that you'll never be able to be a professional wrestler. You'll never be able, you know, to win a match. You'll never be able to be a champion. And I've overcome all of that. So when a doctor tells me that you can't do something, that's a doctor. You know, that doctor's never been in the wrestling ring before. He's never had a fight before. You know, I'm glad, you know, good for you, Doc. You've been to so many years and you've trained, you know, to become a professional. So have I. And imagine if, you know, a doctor's in medical school and then he works so hard and they tell him, no, you can't get your certificate. You can't become a doctor. You know, I got a feeling that he wouldn't stop short. And so you can't expect me to stop short when I'm so close to obtaining what I need to obtain. So I'll take in your professional advice, but I'm not taking it to the heart by any means.
Overall, this interview got me interested in seeing what happens when Colt Cabana comes back. And I hope he comes back soon. I'd like to see him face Adam Pearce one more time. Those were their last two matches were really good, and You know, I'd like to see one more. Maybe Colt will actually get the belt this time. Next up, Johnny LaQuasto's here. Johnny LaQuasto, always good. And he's interviewing Willie Mack. Again, two of my favorite people on the show in one scene. Now, if they could have somehow worked Buggy into this scene, it would have been perfect. But Willie Mack's telling about his match next week against Joey Chaos. Check it out.
Thanks, Dave. I'm back here with Willie Mack. Now, Willie, the rivalry between you and the Standard, especially Joey Chaos, is heating up. Next week, you have the Rock superstar Joey Chaos. What are you going to do to him?
See, next week, Joey Chaos, you and the Standard, little Adam Pearce, Austin Aries, and Pretty Peter Avalon have been stepping on people's toes here in the NWA. But see, me and Joey Ryan, we're going to put a stop to that. One by one, we're going to teach each one of you out. And you see Joey Chaos, I see you've been posting up your little YouTube videos about me, talking about me, and on my birthday of all days, on my birthday. So guess what? For that, I'm going to take out my anger and frustrations on you and put you down. See, growing up as a kid, I watched you on TV. I idolized you, man, but now it seemed like as you got older, you picked the wrong people to associate yourself with. So I'm going to snap you back into reality real quick and real fast and make you know Willie Mack ain't nothing to be played with.
Willie Mack versus Joey Chaos next week. Coming up next, we have the main event tonight, Austin Aries versus Scorpio Sky.
We come back and it is main event time. This is match 2 of the best of 5 series, Austin Aries versus Scorpio Sky. I thought this match was really good. It was a really good main event match. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube page for you to check out. And instead of talking about it, I will let you watch it. It speaks for itself. I'm looking forward to match 3, and when you see match 2, you'll understand why I'm looking forward to match 3. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Just hop over to my YouTube page and check it out, or better yet, hop over to the NWA Hollywood website and watch the whole episode. Overall, this was another good episode of NWA from Hollywood. As always, they did something this week that makes me want to tune in next week. We got Willie Mack versus Joey Chaos. You know, I've said it repeatedly, Willie Mack's my favorite guy on the show. I've liked Joey Chaos every time I've seen him, and I'm pretty sure that match will be really good. They talked about a #1 contenders battle royal coming up. And, you know, I haven't seen a battle royal in a long time. You know, the Royal Rumble was a week ago, but I mean, that's the Royal Rumble. It's not a battle royal. I can't recall how long it's been since I've seen just a good old-fashioned battle royal. Dang, months. I don't even. It's probably been over a year. Close to 2. I don't think. You know, I mainly just watch WWE and TNA, but I don't think I've seen just a regular good old fashioned battle royal in a while. And I like battle royals. Those are always fun. So, you know, I want to see that. That's all I have to say about this episode. The link to the website is in the description box. Hop on over there and check it out. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at TJSMITH3. This is the Shadow Ranger. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.